Welcome to GoChannel News. I am Zainab Said Abakar. The news headlines. A PDP BOT member says there are no plans by the governors of the People's Democratic Party to remove the party's national chairman Alhaji Bamanga Tukur as speculated in some quarters. Minister of Women Affairs Hajia Zainab Maina commends the Nigerian media for their active role in advocating for greater rights for women and for a more critical engagement in governance. Malian soldiers fired at Islamist fighters who tried to push towards the government-controlled south of the country Tuesday. The news in detail. The National Working Committee of the People's Democratic Party has dissociated itself from Adamawa State Congress. Chief Sam Jaja, Deputy National Chairman of the party, said this at a news conference on Tuesday in Abuja. He said that the National Working Committee at its emergency meeting also rescinded the resolution of Adamawa State Executive of the party. He said the National Working Committee had earlier dissolved the Adamawa State Executive under Article 29 2B on behalf of the party's National Executive Committee NEC based on Article 31 2C. He said the National Working Committee had, at its 314th meeting on August 29, 2012, upheld the March 2012 ward and local government executive except for one local government which was later ratified. He said that it was surprising and embarrassing to read in the media of a purported ongoing ward, local government and state congress in the state. He further said that it was only the party's national secretariat that had the authority to conduct state congresses. The committee was to run the affairs of the chapter for 3 months, pending further directives from the party's national leadership. According to the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Mr. Olisa Muti, the dissolved EXCO had flagrantly disregarded and shown serious disobedience to the decision of the National Working Committee. The emergency meeting was attended by 10 of the 12 National Working Committee members, Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, the party's national chairman, and Mr. Dr. Onwe Solomon, Deputy National Secretary of the party, were however not at the meeting. Tukur was said to be at the villa coordinating the Board of Trustees election. There are no plans by the governors of the People's Democratic Party PDP to remove the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, as speculated in some quarters. Professor Jerry Gana, a member of the PDP Board of Trustees who gave the assurance on Wednesday in Abuja while filing reporters' questions describing the governors as loyal and disciplined party men who will never contemplate such action.
I would like to say very clearly that the governors of the People's Democratic Party are law-abiding governors, very disciplined party men who respect the various organs of the party. So I can assure you that there is absolutely nothing like that has come before the BOT. Where the party will believe in resolving conflicts, in resolving matters within the family, and therefore we want to assure the nation that there is absolutely nothing in terms of the governance of the party going beyond the institutions of the party and the procedure of the party to remove the national chairman. Nothing to that effect at all.
He said that the party was doing all it could to address its internal crisis, including the party's problems in Adamawa. According to him, already the party's BOT has resolved to constitute a team of party elders to find a lasting solution to the problem.
I'd like to also assure you that the problems in Adamawa State have received tremendous attention at the meeting, and we are resolved to raise a team of elders together with Mr. President, the Vice President, the Senate President, and the Speaker to do our very best to find a lasting solution to the problem in Adamawa State.
He appealed to the media to always shun reports capable of promoting crisis in the nation's democratic system. In the meantime, the recent squabble in Adamawa PDP has been described as an internal issue which only the constitution of the party will determine. The newly elected chairman of the People's Democratic Party PDP Adamawa State, Chief Joel Madaki, stated this while briefing journalists on the recent development that confuses supporters and people of the state. His Joel Madaki said that any decision coming from the National Working Committee shall be a collective responsibility, and it is only the National Working Committee of the party that can change the decision. According to Chief Joel Madaki, until such a decision is taken, they believed that the resolution of the Kugama-led EXCO came from the National Working Committee. The PDP chairman said the appointment of the Damagun-led caretaker committee was made by the National Working Committee, likewise all the approvals that led to the conduct of all the 3 congresses conducted by the party. He said they accepted the responsibility bestowed on them by the party members and promised to abide by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Constitution and manifestos of the People's Democratic Party. In a similar briefing, Alhaji Mijinyawa Umar Kugama apologized to members of the party for the mistakes they have made that resulted in their dissolution by the National Working Committee of the PDP. He promised to adhere strictly to the party's constitution in the discharge of their duties. As Adamawa people watch as the political drama unfolds, only time can tell which of the 2 executive committees will survive. Nature of internal democracy in political parties, gradual grabbing of decisions in the ruling party by elective officials, and redundancy of political parties in between elections are observed as central to the current uncertainties surrounding the Adamawa PDP. Our political scientist and a public affairs analyst in Yola, Mr. Joshua Abu, who made the observation in an interview with GoTo News, wondered why the National Working Committee of the PDP dissolved the Executive Committee earlier, a subsequent U-turn on the decision, and what it intends to do with the 2 leaderships in the party for Adamawa. Correspondent Muntaka Ahiwa reports.
Mr. Joshua Abu, while reacting to the PDP intra-party squabble in Adamawa, said the development can be a dangerous precedent because it could happen anywhere in the country, stressing that it is unhealthy in view of the fact that the greater proportion of the country's leadership is held by the PDP. While describing the development as politics, Mr. Joshua Abu said the uncertainty is terrible, for as serious as the scenario is, when it finally results into a difficult situation, it is the politician that will be at the receiving ends. He stressed the need for the stakeholders to think again.
By the time you pronounce a judgment, one would have thought that you have taken care of all. But to come back and lick your own vomit, it looks like either such decision was taken not in good faith, or the people involved were overbearing on others, or whatever, we cannot tell. And any leadership that is inconsistent like that cannot be steadfast with decisions, then it's unfortunate.
The political scientist also noted that politicians should allow elected officials concentrate on giving electorates the dividends of democracy. Speaking further, the political analyst, Mr. Joshua Abu, lamented that the country will be considered as incapable of managing politics, adding that such inconsistencies can create a room for instability.
The initial decision was taken by them, on the basis of which they set up a committee that went ahead doing whatever it did. You reverse it back. So who is going to believe who? I think the National Working Committee and all the leadership at that party must search themselves and sort themselves out properly.
It could be recalled that the PDP National Working Committee had last year dissolved the PDP executives in Adamawa, ordering for fresh congresses that led to the emergence of new executives, only to abruptly reverse its earlier position. Muntaka Ahiwa, Radio GoTel News.
This news broadcast is coming to you from the services of GoTel Communications.
GoTel News, in-depth, analytical,
educative, informative,
factual, accurate, balanced, objective, reliable source.
GoTel News, stories that make headlines.
Motorists across Adamawa State have been advised to stop taking hard drugs when they are about to travel to avoid accidents on the highways. The Assistant Co-Commander Road Safety Commission, Gire Unit, Mr. Eli Andrew Lahira, who gave the advice, said many people lost their lives as a result of drivers who drink alcohol or take hard drugs before embarking on a journey. Correspondent Simon Ibrahim filed in this report as presented from our studios.
Mr. Eli Andrew warned that any driver who is found indulging in the habit of taking intoxicants before embarking on a journey will be dealt with, calling on the drivers to imbibe good habit while driving. The FRSC Unit Co-Commander further explained that any driver found wanting would face the wrath of the law. The Commission is using equalizer test to detect the level whether drivers are drunk or not.
Out of the accidents we recorded during this festive period, you will find out that there are some accidents that occurred due to drunk driving. We have an instrument which we call alcoholizer. When we see that somebody is drunk, we can prove it by using the alcoholizer, and from there it will show us whether the person is drunk or not. And somebody that is found to be drunk can be prosecuted, more especially with such an evidence.
Mr. Eli Andrew added that alcohol taking is prohibited by the two major religions in the country and wondered why people love abusing the law of the land.
Governor Ibrahim Dankwambo of Gombe State says that the Gombe South Regional Water Supply Scheme will cost about 17 billion naira. The governor disclosed this in Pindiga on Tuesday while addressing the people of Akko West State Constituency during his tour of state constituencies. Dankwambo said that the scheme, which will cover Balanga, Kaltungo, Biliri, Shangom and Akko local government areas in Gombe Southern Senatorial District, will be executed within 7 years. He, however, said that the federal government will be involved in the project because it was beyond the financial capability of the state government. Dankwambo assured the people that the water project will solve the water supply challenges facing the communities. The governor nonetheless said that he had solicited the assistance of President Goodluck Jonathan in the project, adding that the federal government had agreed to support the project's execution. Governor Dankwambo said that when the project was completed, the people of Akko West constituency would have access to improved water supply. He, however, called for the people's patience and understanding, saying that a project of such magnitude required people's endurance. Responding, Assemblyman Abdul Azimi Adamu, lawmaker representing Akko West constituency in the State Assembly, urged Dankwambo to support the campaign for the creation of Pindiga local government. The Minister of Women Affairs, Hajia Zainab Maina, has commended the Nigerian media for their active role in advocating for greater rights for women and for a more critical engagement in governance. The minister made the assertion at a one-day UN Women engagement with the media in Nigeria, which held Tuesday, January 8, 2013 in Abuja. She also used the opportunity to solicit for their cooperation to beam to the world Nigeria's strides in the development and sustainability of its policies for women during the impending visit of the Undersecretary General and Executive Director